the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sunday Night Racing right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network as we bring you the People Against Distracted Driving NSRA Sunday Select Series as they present to you the Key Realty 185 Championship Race right here at Daytona International Speedway. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. We are very excited to bring you the final race of this season, and we are looking forward to getting right into it. Right now, cars are out on the track for qualifying, and the 17 of J.D. Crow working his way around the speedway quite carefully right now. But we're going to check in on some of our championship drivers. We got 4 championship drivers that we're going to keep an eye on here tonight. One of those being the 04 of Mark Mann. As he is out trying to qualify, he is going to try and set that early reminder that he is out for a championship here tonight. One of our other drivers, Paul Servant in the 3, another championship contender, another heavy favorite here to try and win this championship. But I'll tell you what, Paul Servant is going to have his work cut out for him. And if you remember the spirited drive that he had last week, 2 laps down, race looked entirely bleak. It looked done before it even started. Blew his engine 3 laps into the race, but he never gave up, got back on the lead lap, and became one of our championship 4 contenders. So he is going to be one to keep an eye on as well. Another one to be watching out for, our other championship contender, that is the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Holloway looking to make some noise here tonight and pick up a championship. But as we have mentioned before, there are 4 championship drivers. Holloway just one of those 4. He's going to have to pick up right where he left off last week and get another solid finish. It's not about points here tonight. It is about beating your competitors. This is the final race of the season, and then these guys are going to take about a month off, fire it back up sometime mid-August. We'll see where all that lays out with our champion and how long they can celebrate that championship win. Right now, Mark Mann sitting on top of the leaderboard in this qualifying session. Sean Stevens out on track in the 27 as well. Our other championship contender that we have not talked about just yet, that is the 31 of Todd Poston. He has not turned a qualifying lap so far, but the 31 is here, and he is sitting on pit lane. And I believe Todd doing the same strategy has been using all season long. Doesn't worry a whole lot about qualifying, but man, when it comes down to the end of the race, that 31 is going to be up front as long as he's still got 4 tires on that race car. So Sean Stevens rolls around for his qualifying lap. Another car to keep an eye on here. This is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. We're going to see if he can put this car on pole. Very stout and astute qualifier. And he is only going to be good enough for 4th as Paul Servant does take over the top spot. Mark Mann sitting in 2nd. So 2 championship contenders sitting 1 and 2 right now on the speed chart. Jesse Unruh in the 133 out on the speedway. Unruh running that high, wide, and handsome line, trying to work those tire temps up, burn that fuel level off, gain just that 0.001 that he can. Right now, if you look at our qualifying times, everyone is dang near within a 1/10 of a second of each other. From first to 12th, 0.092 separates those cars. 0.092, folks. That is absolutely astounding close battle. I want to give a shout out to everyone checking in on YouTube here tonight. Thank you guys for joining us here. Should have a great night of racing for you. And at the end of it, we are going to have a champion. And only one person is going to get it done. We're going to find out who that is. So as the 133 of Unrow comes around and crosses the start-finish line, we're going to step away for our national anthem. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Drivers are starting to take to the grid for the Key Realty 185 championship race. And that means it is time to go through tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by GW Graphics. Row number 1 will be the 3 of Paul Servant. On his outside, the 04 of Mark Mann. Row number 2, the 133 of Jesse Unrow. And on his outside, the 88 of Dana Osborne. Row number 3 will be the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. On his outside, the 19 of Donald Sandusky. Row number 4 will be the 4 of Chris Akers and the 27 of Sean Stevens. Row 5 will be the 17 of JD Crow and the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Row number 6 will be the 82 of Daniel Harrington and the 62 of Les Levy. Row number 7 will be the 11 of Roy Grandy and the 84 of Lynn McNeese. Row number 8 will be the 61 of DJ Mitzel and the 711 of Steven Squirmin Herman. And starting in 17th spot here tonight, last car on the field, a driver who did not take qualifying time, but don't worry, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's about. That's the 31 of Todd Poston, bringing up the rear end of this field. 4 championship drivers, 4 going to go at it here for 75 laps. Paul Servant, Mark Mann making the early statement here among the championship contenders. They are going to start on the front row. Daniel Holloway, Todd Poston already trying to play catch up, but here we go. Pace car down and away. It is time for the final time this season. The green flag is out and we are underway here at Daytona. Paul Servant in the 3 already has Jesse Unruh on his back bumper, trying to open up a gap as they head off into turn number 1. But Mark Mann and Dana Osborne in the outside lane. Be watching for them to surge forward. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds, he's going to slide up in front of Mark Mann, and now Jesse Unruh slides up as well. That outside lane just did not get rolling through the corner, and Mark Mann already has 2 cars in front of him. Unruh trying to take the early lead here down the Daytona super stretch, slides down to the inside, and Jesse Unruh in the 133 has the lead as they come off of turn number 4, coming around to complete the first lap of this race. And Paul Servant now moves to the high side, and Servant gonna edge ahead, and Paul Servant leading that lap. So right now, Paul Servant on the outside lane, Jesse Unruh down on the inside, Chris Akers in the 4, Paul Servant in the 3, Daniel Holloway in the 21. 3 teammates right there. You can throw in the 88 of Dana Osborne as well. Candy Shack Motorsports at the front of this field, but they are not hooked up together just yet. Be watching for teammates to try and help their championship contenders win this one. Candy Shack Motorsports does have 2 bullets in this championship gun, in the 3 of Paul Servant and the 21 of Holloway. Mark Mann working with Checkered Flag Motorsports here tonight, along with Hunter Reynolds, Les Levy, Sean Stevens. Those 4 drivers all going to try and get that 0-4 into victory lane, as Jesse Unruh and Paul Servant are going to get together down the backstretch, and the 3 machine already torn up. Mark Mann going around as well. And that started down the backstretch as Jesse Unruh tried to throw a block on Paul Servant, and it did not work. And Paul Servant showing his displeasure for that one. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay here. And this is going to collect most of the field. Daniel Holloway involved. Mark Mann went around. Todd Poston in the 31, getting hard on the binders. Todd Poston does get into the 11 of Grandy, as Todd was hard on the brakes, locked him up, shut it down, but this entire field really had to scramble. The 4 of Chris Akers looks like he's going to come away with this one in the lead. We go on board with the 4 of Chris Akers. You see Jesse Unruh moves up to the high side to throw a block on the 3 of Paul Servant. And then mayhem behind the 4 of Akers. Everyone was scrambling, trying to get somewhere. Fast repairs already having to be burned here in this one. 2 fast repairs available. Paul Servant in the 3 showing significant damage on his front end. Todd Poston maybe going to be able to get away with not burning a fast repair just yet. It looked like just slight contact with the 11 of Grandy. Poston is in his pit stall. It looks like he has chose not to burn a fast repair. This 31 machine, Salty Zombies paint scheme, brand new paint scheme for Todd Poston here tonight. And they have elected to hammer out the damage on that Salty Zombies. A lot of the Salty Zombies checking in on YouTube as well, if you want to scroll through the chat. Man, oh man, Todd Poston has the following here tonight. So the 31 now already with some damage, but very minimal, and a lot of racing to go here. But the only car not coming down pit road was the only car not involved in this one. That was the 4 of Chris Akers. He is now your race leader. give a rundown of our championship contenders. The three of Paul Servant able to be scored into second place right now. Daniel Holloway in the 21 all the way down to 9th. Mark Mann in the 04 sitting in 12th place. And then the 31 of Todd Poston sitting in 14th spot. Final car of our championship 4. Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Kubota and J.R. Johnson, but J.R. Johnson not making the race here tonight. We have missed seeing Johnson out on the speedway, and we hope to catch him next season out here with this NSRA Sunday Select Series presented by PADD. You can go to padd.org, learn about the story of people against distracted driving. Feel free to check that out as we wrap up this caution. Drivers going to go too wide once again. So an early caution here, scrambling the field a little bit. Multiple drivers having to use a fast repair. 2 of them are available to the drivers in this league. Lights are out on our pace car. We are going to fire them off once again. Pace car down and away. Chris Akers in the 4, grabs some throttle, gets up to the gearbox, and now we are back to racing here as we come around and complete lap number 6 and begin lap number 7. The 4 of Akers down on the inside. He has Sadusky right there as well. JD Crow in the 17, third car on that inside lane. And the 19 gonna slice his way to the high side right in front of the 3 of Servant. They work their way off at turn number 4. Akers has the 17 of JD Crow pushing hard on him, but that outside lane starting to gain some momentum. The 19 now door to door with the 4. And Don now sees himself on the high side, but elects to stay up there. He had the 4 of Akers cleared, but stays in that upper lane for the moment. 17 cars started this race here tonight. 17 cars running within 1.3 seconds of each other. Last car in this timing and scoring loop, that is the 88 of Dana Osborne. As we go on board with the 88 machine. Dana taking us through the tri-oval. Akers, your race leader. He's been out front for 6 laps now. Paul Servant has led a lap. Jesse Unruh has led a lap. Keep in mind, points do not matter for our championship 4. So leading a lap, getting that bonus point for it makes no difference. It all comes down to finishing order for these 4 drivers. As they work their way through the tri-oval, the 4 of Chris Akers has been trying to put himself into victory lane all season long. has had a fast car on more than one occasion, but has been unable to find himself win that champagne shower in the hat dance that we call Victory Lane. But here he is out in front of this field as we are working lap 10 of 75. Akers breathing that clean, fresh air and just enjoying the ride for right now. It looks like these drivers have decided that they want to settle down just a little bit. Don't want to get too rowdy, too torn up. Everyone given lots of room now as that first lap crash, or I shouldn't say first lap, but that first incident that we had, you could say really just came down to everyone being amped up, everyone ready to put on a good show for this championship race. Sometimes getting that amped up can lead to bad things. This is 17 of JD Crow. Looks like he's thinking about moving up a lane, and now he finally commits to moving to that high side in front of the 19. And JD Crow with some momentum here, going to try and lead this lap. And JD Crow now picks up his first lap lead of the race. Sean Stevens in that Kia Realty number 27 machine to the inside of the 88 of Dana Osborne. Just a few laps ago, Osborne was last car on the speedway. Dana trying to make some moves, work his way forward and get caught up to the rest of his Candy Shack Motorsports teammates and try and help the 3 of Servant and the 21 of Holloway pick up this championship win. Last week, Daniel Holloway, in what I would say was a monumental effort for the 21 machine, had no sound inside the sim, so he could not hear his spotter. He could not hear anything that he was accustomed to hearing, including the cars around him. That 21 still was able to overcome that and find himself as one of the championship 4 contenders. He went all race without a spotter, without sound. And here he is, the 21 machine, leading our championship 4 right at this moment. I don't know about you guys, but not having sound really throws off my rhythm. As the 4 of Akers is going to go around. Sandusky in the 19 involved. Chris Akers involved. Lynn McNeese looks like he's got a little piece of it as well. And we're going to go to our second yellow of the day, our Turn 3 Racing Network replay. We go on board with the 19. And the 19 is just not going to get square to the 4. And both cars are going to go around, and we have another big stack up on the front stretch. It looks like almost everyone able to squeeze through except for the 19 and the 4. So again, a caution flag coming out, but this time it finds the 21 of Daniel Holloway out in front. I guess there was no caution. We are still green. Could have swore we saw, or I saw the yellow lights come on. That is going to hurt the 4 of Akers as he is slow to pit lane. But Daniel Holloway, Paul Servant have now pulled away and include Todd Poston in the 31 machine. The new paint scheme throwing me off a little bit there. But they have pulled away from the 04 Mark Mann. Mark Mann now working with the 27 of Sean Stevens. So Holloway, DJ Mitchell, Paul Servant sitting 1, 2, and 3. Then it's JD Crow, Jesse Unroe, and the 31 of Todd Poston. As they are right now your top 6 cars. They have a 6-second lead over Stephen Herman in the 7-Eleven machine. Herman working with the 62 of Les Levy. That incident has really spread this field out. Several cars. We got 6 cars in our first group, and then multiple pairs of 2. The 11 of Roy Grandy right now finds himself in 11th spot, waiting for the 88 of Dana Osborne to catch up to him. Lynn McNeese in the 84 is by himself now. Daniel Harrington in the 82 got hard on the binders, finding himself in 14th spot. And the 26 of Hunter Reynolds now working with the lap down machine of Chris Akers. Donald Sadusky is the first car 1 lap down. He finds himself in 16th place with no drafting help for the moment. And then 17th spot going to the 4 of Akers. So with this top 6 breaking away from the field, these 6 cars are all on the same pit schedule for the moment. DJ Mitchell, teammates to Todd Poston in the 31 machine. Poston gonna have to rely on his teammate here if he wants a shot at this championship win. Holloway and Servant sitting 1 and 3. Candy Shack Motorsports right there. Those 2 drivers having a shot at winning this championship. Keep in mind though, if a caution comes out, everyone will get bunched back up, and as things stand right now, Sadusky would be the free pass recipient. He would get 1 of his laps back. Now as we work lap 20 of 75, not much changing with these top 6. So we'll check in on Stephen Herman and Les Levy. Levy last week finished in the top 6, but we had 6 of our 8 championship contenders finish in the top 6. Only 4 of them were going to move on. And those 4, as we've talked about all night, were Holloway, Servant, Poston, and Mark Mann. They finished 1, 2, 3, and 4 out there last week. So the Squirmin' Herman 7-Eleven machine and the 62 of Les Levy, they are running 7th and 8th place. They are 8.7 seconds off the race lead right now. Sean Stevens working with our other championship contender. That is the 04 Mark Mann. Mark Mann desperately hoping for a caution here and that he can get bunched back up with our championship contenders. As things stand right now, Mark Mann is 12 seconds off the race lead. And so he has got his work cut out for him, and he is a long way away. As I mentioned, he is in desperate need of a caution to get back into this thing. 2 cars are not going to be as efficient around this speedway as 6. Back to the front of the field we go. All these salty zombies in YouTube. Why don't you tell me what the salty zombies are, as this is all new to me. Todd just said, hey, I'm running a new paint scheme, but he did not tell me what the salty zombies were. I would love to hear this story and figure out what it all is. As the 21 of Holloway continues to lead. DJ Mitzel holding on to second, Servant third, JD Crow fourth, Jesse Unruh fifth, Poston in sixth. We should be seeing green flag pit stops here in just a moment, and then it is going to come down to who can get on and off pit road the quickest, most efficient, who can get hooked up, and who is going to have a partner there with them. But as these 6 cars work their way around this speedway, they are coming up on the next group of drivers. We go on board with the 21 of Holloway. But these 6 drivers, they come around to lap some cars. Here we go, drivers hitting pit lane this time, all 6 coming on the pit road. Poston gonna lock the brakes up just a little bit. Hard on the brakes is the 31. But it looks like he got it slowed down in time. And into the pit lane come our top 6 drivers. The 82 of Daniel Harrington down and away. The 84 of Lynn McNeese as well. Dana Osborne rolling around with Roy Grandy. They had already made their pit stop. As the caution flag is going to come out this time, and it looks like the 133 of Jesse Unruh, as he was trying to get up to speed, has gone around, coming off a pit road. So let's go to turn 3 instant replay and see this third caution. Unruh going to get into the back bumper of the 3 of Servant, spins in front of the 17 of JD Crow. Take another look at this one. So we are going to get under caution here. Daniel Holloway scored as a race leader for the moment right now. Holloway is going to catch up to the back of the pace car. This caution is going to benefit Mark Mann, but Paul Servant in the 3 has got to be fuming right now. That is the second time the 133 and the 3 have gotten together here tonight. Servant has a championship on the line and a lot at stake here. For him to have the same car hit him twice, he probably is getting a little hot under the collar. Servant was already hot with the 133 from the first caution. He showed his displeasure to him as they were coming off of spinning. Gave him a nice little kiss on the door as he passed him, getting back up to speed. As the field is going to work its way into pit lane, the 19 of Sadusky does get back on the lead lap with the free pass. And the 3 of Servant going to work on the damage that he's got on his back bumper. Down and away goes the 3, the 61 of Mitzel, and the 4 of Akers off a pit road as well. Chris Akers right now finding himself the only car scored off the lead lap. So while I have a moment here, I'm going to step away for a break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Grab the hard hats, grab the tools, grab the wheel. There's a job to do, ground to break, earth to move, a deadline to hit. Load in Randy and the boys. Randy's got shotgun, new guys in the back. Haul it all, dump it all, do it all. When there's something to prove, a reputation to uphold, you need the Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are bringing you our championship race here tonight for the NSRA Sunday Select Series. They present the Key Realty 185. 75 laps, our scheduled distance. We are working our second caution of the night. We have had 5 lead changes among 6 different drivers. So far, Daniel Holloway has led the most laps. DJ Mitchell, who did not make it out of last week's championship battle, was eliminated from playoff contention last week. Boy, would he love to win this race. In the season on a high note for him. Todd Poston in the 31, going to restart on his outside, so teammates starting on the front row here, or I should say restarting. Jesse Unrow, Les Levy in row number 2. Here we go, pace car down and away. DJ Mitchell, Todd Poston pick up the throttle once again, and we make some more noise as we get right back into it. How are the teammates going to handle running door to door here? Les Levy in the 62 trying to get to the back bumper of the 31. Todd on the high side there. Jesse Unrow in the 133 looking for some room to make a move to the high side. Doesn't have that room just yet. Todd Poston now starting to work his way back just a little bit. And Unrow pushing hard on the 61 of DJ Mitchell. The field heads off into 3 and 4. They're going to work their way around. DJ Mitchell holding on to that race lead. Stephen Herman, a little bit of a wiggle off of turn number 4, but keeps it straight. We stay green. And Todd Poston now really starting to gain some ground. He's still needing that 62 to get to his back bumper. That outside lane, though, does have quite a few cars that are in that lane. Everyone trying to work together here. Down the Daytona super stretch they go. Now it looks like one driver is trying to make it 3 wide. That is the 21 of Holloway. He's got the 4 of Akers, his teammate right there. Chris Akers finding himself 2 laps down now. But Holloway in the 21 machine is going to tuck back in behind the 82 of Daniel Harrington. Stephen Herman now leading the charge in the outside lane. Todd Poston dropping down behind the 133 of Unrow. Roy Grandy, Lynn McNeese dropping down below the yellow line just a little bit. Holloway trying that third lane one more time. He still has the 4 of Acres right there with him. They're trying to make some ground up. Holloway, who has led the most laps here so far, trying to work his way forward. 4 teammates, Candy Shack Motorsports, all 4 on the high side. Can they make something work here as they try and get around the 7-Eleven of Stephen Herman? A lot of cars wiggling around here. Herman goes way up high, almost got into the 88 of Osborne. Herman again, almost into the 4 machine. Now the 19 of Sadusky is going to get to the back bumper of the 7-Eleven. Outside lane fizzling out just a little bit as Osborne and Servant drop down to that middle lane. Your race leader continues to be the 61 of DJ Mitzel as we begin lap 33 of 75. All 17 cars that started the race are still out on track. 16 cars on the lead lap. Only 1 car is off that lead lap pace. That is Chris Akers in the 4. He finds himself 2 laps down. John Stevens in the 27 machine. He's tucked in behind the 26 of Hunter Reynolds right now. And then the 04 of Mark Mann sitting in 14th spot among our championship contenders. He is currently running in last place amongst those 4. Daniel Holloway just 1 car separating the 21 and the 04. And then it's the 3 of Paul Servant. The Servant trying to deal with some damage on his back bumper and get a little bit deeper into this race before he has to burn that fast repair. Servant already had to burn one in the first caution of the night. The Mitzel continues to lead. Unruh running in second. Third car on that inside lane, that is the 31 of Todd Poston. We go on aboard with the 31 machine. Squirmin Herman in the 7-Eleven machine, leading the charge in that outside lane. As things run right now, Todd Poston is your championship leader. Looking out the back of the 31 machine, you can see the rest of the field. Paul Servant in the 3, a championship contender, trying to close in on the 31. Next time around will be the halfway point here in this 75 lap race. 75 laps is our scheduled distance. Keep in mind we will use green, white checkered if we need it. Jesse Unruh in the 133, going to slide up to the high side now, try and take away that race lead from the 61 of DJ Mitzel. That is going to put teammates running 1 and 2 on the inside lane with DJ Mitzel and Todd Poston. 3 wide Motorsports right there trying to work together. Steven Herman not too far behind. Lynn McNeese trying to get up to those guys as well. Roy Grandy in the 11 machine, just separating the 61, the 31, and the 84. As we go into the downhill side of our lap counter, Mitzel continuing to lead. Unroe trying to wrestle it away from him, but DJ Mitzel has been fast all season long. DJ picked up the first 2 wins of the season, but he has not been in victory lane, and contact is going to be made with him in the 19. And DJ gonna wrestle that car back under control, but that is gonna hang up the 31 of Todd Poston and the 11 of Grandy. And just like that, fortunes change for the 31 of Todd Poston. Paul Servant, now your championship leader. He's in 4th place behind his teammate, the 88 of Dana Osborne. And Osborne trying to take the lead away from Unroe. That little bump and wiggle has spread this field out just a little bit. So Osborne, now your race leader. Unroe, 2nd car on the inside lane, but championship contender Paul Servant leading the outside lane in that Oreo blue number 3 machine. Todd Poston now running 2nd among the championship drivers. Holloway 3rd, Mark Mann in 4th. Mann not really able to make moves forward just yet. He's riding around with the 82 in the 17 of JD Crow. JD Crow falling back just a little bit from Daniel Holloway. I believe we're going to see this 17 machine lose the lead pack here, as the 82 just cannot get to his back bumper and push on him the way that he needs to try and get caught up to this field. Osborne coming around to lead his 2nd lap of the race. Down the backstretch they go. 4 cars in that 2nd lane. Chris Akers now trying to make it that outside lane work for him. Akers going to slide in behind the 21 of Holloway. The Holloway now the 2nd car in the outside lane. Candy Shack Motorsports running 1, 2, and 3 on that outside lane. 4th team member there, that is the 88 of Dana Osborne. And Servant gonna dive down to the inside of the 88. Paul Servant back to the race lead. Been trying to get there since our first caution of the night. Holloway in the 21, he's now gonna slide down to the inside lane. But Holloway now leading. We're about 3 to 5 laps away from green flag pit stops once again. And we could see another field shakeup when the green flag pit stops begin. Everyone running out on the speedway is within 1.4 seconds of each other. Sean Stevens shoots up the racetrack. Not sure what happened to Stevens there, but things got a little crazy for the 27 machine. He is down on speed and he is going to lose the draft here, as there is no one behind the 27 of Stevens. Chris Akers now leading the charge, but he is going to be still one lap down. Your race leader is the 21 of Holloway. Lynn McNeese trying to come around and lead a lap here. So now the 4 of Chris Akers being the only car one lap down. Would love to have the caution come out right now because he would receive the free pass and get back on the lead lap. The top of your screen, you can see just how far back that 27 of Sean Stevens is falling. We do have a few cars breaking away for pit road. That is JD Crow, Jesse Unrow, and Donald Sadusky all hitting pit lane that time. The green flag pit stops underway. Things are heating up in YouTube chat. The Salty Zombies have been cheering for Todd Poston. And now, all of a sudden, a voice coming up for Candy Shack Motorsports. Lori trying to poke the bear a little bit. Maybe try and poke the zombie bear, if you will, or zombie chicken. Holloway, your race leader, and they are going to hit pit lane this time as well. Here comes the rest of the field. Akers and Servant in the 3 is going to go around. Gathers it back in. He is going to lose a ton of positions on the track. Paul Servant into his pit lane. Everyone else joining him as well. The 21 down and away. Todd Poston lighting the tires up, trying to get rolling. The 26 has gone around. Todd Poston has gone around as well. Heavy damage to the 31 machine. Let's take a look at where things went wrong for the 31 of Todd Poston. Todd gonna pull off a pit lane. As the camera angles there were just a little difficult to catch exactly what happened. Let's take another look at it. The 31 just lights his tires up trying to grab a gear. He's going to collect the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Both cars going to spin up above the yellow line, but they get rolling. Back down they go before the yellow flag can come out. But Todd Poston in the 31. Now, rolling around out there by himself. Not a good place to be for the 31 of Todd Poston. Not only that, but he is torn up on his left front. So things were looking so good for the 31, and now he is in a world of trouble. In desperate need of a yellow flag. So many drivers here tonight have needed the help of a caution to get back into this race. Now the 4 and the 31 are throwing everything they can out of this car to try and get back into it. Holloway is your race leader. Now make it Jesse Unrow in the 133. Unrow on that high side. Sadusky in the 19. And the 17 of JD Crow. They all pitted one lap sooner than the rest of the field. And that is going to be what puts the 133 to the front. Lynn McNeese, the 84 machine. Right now he is running in 7th out on the speedway. But then back to the 11 of Roy Grandy. Roy all by himself right now running in 8th. The 3 is Servant working with the 04 of Mark Mann here. These two championship contenders have a long way to go to catch up to Holloway. They are 6 seconds behind Holloway, who is running in this lead group. So Mark Mann, Paul Servant now find themselves in 9th and 10th place. And Todd Poston in the 31 machine running 16th spot. Your final championship contender. Back to the front we go, though. Your race leader is the 133 of Unroe. As Unroe comes around and completes lap 51. DJ Mitzel trying to work the high side with his teammate, the 84 of Lynn McNeese. We are going to see one more pit stop. Drivers cannot make it to the end of the race from here. We will have at least one more pit stop for the rest of this race. But right now, it is all Daniel Holloway among the championship contenders. Holloway enjoying a 6.5 second gap over Mark Mann and Paul Servant. We're sitting second and third among our championship contenders. And then Todd Poston, 19 seconds off the race lead. As I mentioned, this is our final race of the season, the championship race here tonight. But we will resume action. The NSRA Sunday Select Series fires up their next season, August 16th. It's going to be another 13 race season. Another 3-race playoff format coming your way for season 5 of the NSRA Sunday Select. They will kick it off right here at Daytona for race number 1 of the 13-race season. Once again, that is August 16th. They're going to have about a month off and then fire it off once again. So as Unroe continues to lead, Chris Akers in the 4, 2 laps down in 17th spot. Your championship leader, the 21 of Daniel Holloway, has a teammate right there, and that is the 88 of Dana Osborne. DJ Mitzel working with his teammate, the 84 of Lynn McNeese. They're trying to make some noise in that upper lane. Sadusky and JD Crow, teammate with Jesse Unroe from the MAGA stable. Now as we complete lap 55, 20 laps to go here in our final race of season number 4. Keep in mind, we do have our 2 green-white checkers if we need to use them. Paul Servant, Mark Mann, Todd Poston would not be against seeing that caution flag come out. Get them all bunched back up and then let our championship 4 go at it from there. So 8 cars in this lead pack right here. These 8 cars are running the fastest times out on the speedway. Mark Mann leading this second group of drivers. That includes Daniel Harrington, Roy Grandy, and Paul Servant, along with Les Levy in the 62. Mark Mann, Paul Servant, 2 championship contenders. As Les Levy moves to the high side here, he's going to fall back a little bit, try and get some fresh air to the nose of that 62 machine. Get his engine temperatures down just a little bit as he tucks in behind the 3 of Servant. Check in on the 31 of Todd Poston. He has the 27 of Sean Stevens and the 26 of Hunter Reynolds right there with him. But their lap times are 45.8 seconds compared to our leaders of a 45.2. So they are losing half a second a lap here. Jesse Unroad, Donald Sadusky, and JD Crow have hit pit road. So MAGA on pit road together and leave pit road together. That does give the race lead to the 21 of Holloway. This group of drivers not coming down pit road just yet, but the fuel window is open to make it the rest of the way. However, they do have about 5 laps left of fuel in these machines here. So to be safe here, I think these guys are going to try and run this out. That way you make sure you have fuel if it does go to a green-white checkered. So your top 3 right now: Holloway, Osborne, Mitzel. Then it's Lynn McNeese in the 84. These 5 drivers going to peel off for pit road. Everyone hard on the binders. Looks like everyone slowed down just in time to get on pit lane. Dana Osborne into his pit stall. So now we wait for the drivers of MAGA to come around. Where are they going to filter in here as they pitted 2 laps sooner? This group is down and away. The 7-Eleven of Stephen Herman going out with these guys. Daniel Harrington in the 82, scraggling behind, but here comes the MAGA guys. They're going to flash by. J.D. Crow, Donald Sadusky, and Jesse Unrow. They make their way onto the backstretch. Dana Osborne drifting up in front of them. This group at full speed. Now they're going to work their way by the 84 of Lynn McNeese. With 15 laps to go, Jesse Unrow slides down to the inside. J.D. Crow carrying our camera shot here. Holloway leading, Mitzel in second. Chris Akers up there as well. But Unrow closing in quickly. Green flag pit stops done and over with for what could be the final time here tonight. So with that being said, let's reset the field a little bit here. The 21 of Daniel Holloway, your race leader. And not only the race leader, but leading the championship contenders as well. The 4 of Chris Akers, he's in the mix of drivers here, but he is 2 laps down. Then sitting in second place, making a move here, trying for that outside lane. That is the 61 of DJ Mitchell, the 133 of Jesse Unruh sitting in third. JD Crow fourth. Rounding out your top 5 right now is the 19 of Don Sadusky. Mitchell's going to go way up high. Then Lynn McNeese and Dana Osborne are 6th and 7th. Osborne without any drafting help. Back in 8th place, that is the 04 of Mark Mann. He has Paul Servant on his back bumper. They are running 2nd and 3rd among our championship contenders right now. That is 8th and 9th place. Rounding out your top 10 is the 62 of Les Levy. Then Roy Grandy in the 11 machine running in 11th place. Daniel Harrington 12th, 13th going to Sean Stevens in the 27. And then Todd Poston in the 31 machine. That 31 machine running 4th amongst our championship contenders. And with 12 laps to go, he is in need of help to get caught back up. His final fast repair being burned in that 31. We ride on board with Stevens looking out the back of the 31 of Todd Poston. Jesse Unruh making a move to the outside lane for the race lead. And the 21 of Holloway has got to keep in mind right now he has 12-second gap over his next championship competitor. So the 21 just needs to finish this out right here. We've got 10 laps to go in the season. Holloway in the 21 knows what's at stake here, but you don't want to put yourself in a bad position here because you got plenty of room to play with. You got plenty of time behind your championship contenders. Winning the race would be nice, but don't throw away a championship because you put yourself in a bad position. So the 21 down on that yellow line. I would not be surprised if we didn't see that 21 come off that yellow line for the rest of the race. So now with 8 laps to go, five cars here in this group as the 4 of Akers falls back a little bit. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 is sitting on pit road. He has been there for the last 3 laps. So Reynolds done for the night, it would seem. Jesse Unruh did pick up a win earlier this season, picking up the win in the first playoff battle. That 133 not a championship contender here tonight. That is right now all over the 21, as he is all but got this locked up right now. Now I say that, keep in mind, we're going to have 6 laps to go. Anything can happen in these 6 laps. Mark Mann, Paul Servant, still 12 seconds off the race lead, running 6th and 7th. And then Todd Poston almost 30 seconds behind our race leaders. Caution is going to be needed to get those drivers back into this championship fight. The Unrow continues to lead. Into the trial will they go. Now we're looking at 5 laps left here in this season. Holloway doing all the things that he needed to do here tonight. Holloway trying to win 2 championships in a row here. He won in season 3. Can the 21 go back to back? As we have 4 laps left to decide how this is going to shake out. The 21 of Holloway making a move to the outside for the race lead. Down the backstretch with 4 laps to go. The 21 slides down to that inside lane. The 17 of JD Crow now leading the charge on the outside. The 4 of Chris Akers pushing hard on the back bumper of the 17. Akers looks like he's going to try and make it 3 wide as he goes to the inside of the 17 of JD Crow. And now with 3 laps to go, Daniel Holloway trying to go back-to-back championship wins, and he is going to try and do it while winning the race at the same time. Sadusky sitting in 3rd in that 19 machine, DJ Mitzel 4th. JD Crow going to round out your top 5. Chris Akers in this group here, but keep in mind Akers is 2 laps down. Lynn McNeese in here as well. He is also 2 laps down. Here they come. Unrow now making a move to the outside lane as well. 2 laps to go. At this point, Holloway could almost pull down to the inside, let everyone by, and finish this out without any drafting help, without putting himself in a dangerous situation. Unrow leading this one. White flag being picked up by the flagmen as they work their way off of number 4. And Jesse Unrow through the trioval is going to take the white flag. Final time around here in season number 4. Jesse Unrow, your race leader. Sadusky trying something on the outside lane. Daniel Holloway with a championship up in the air for the moment. Less than a lap to go for the 21. Sadusky drops down to the inside. Now JD Crow in the 17 machine making some moves in the outside lane. The 21 of Holloway falling back a little bit here. He is going to try and give some room to these guys and let them race it out. Not a bad decision. And here they come into the trioval for the final time. The 19 of Donald Sadusky is going to pick up his first win of the season. And the 21 of Daniel Holloway goes back to back in championship contentions. Jesse Unroe brings it home in second place. JD Crow in third. DJ Mitzel fourth. Holloway brings it home in fifth place. Mark Mann in the 04 crosses the line in sixth. Good enough for second in the championship. Paul Servant comes across the line in seventh. He'll be scored third in this championship battle. And then the 31 of Todd Poston, our fourth championship contender, brings it home in 12th place here tonight. So the 19 of Sadusky picking up his first win of the season. As the 19 works his way around. Lights the tires up in victory celebration. And picking up that race win. So guys, we're going to step away from our mic and set up our post-race show. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to talk to our race winner and our championship contender. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to set this off with our race winner. That is the 19 of Donald Sadusky. Donald, congratulations on picking up your first win of the season, man. Nice job out there tonight.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I told it to Jesse and JD before we started. Let's get 1, 2, 3. When this race starts, that's what I told them, and we did it. So I had to thank my teammates Jesse and JD for helping us out, helping me out, and just staying up front and having awesome pit stops. That was the main thing.
Well, the 19 got it done here tonight in spectacular fashion. You waited till the last race of the season to pick up that race win, but you can hang your head high on this season and carry all that momentum into next season, kicking off here in August.
Yeah, man. I thank you, man. It means a lot.
All right. Who else do you have to thank for this outstanding finish here tonight?
Oh, I gotta thank NSRA for putting this up, Top Poston and all them guys, man. They do an awesome job week in and week out. Definitely like to thank my teammates, Jesse, JD, awesome job. 1, 2, 3. And like you said, I'll tip my hat off, man, at the end of the season, getting the win. So I'm pretty stout.
All right, man. Well, outstanding finish, man. And once again, congratulations on the race win.
Thank you, sir. And you also for broadcasting. Sorry, I almost forgot that.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you for that. And man, you're welcome. I enjoy doing this.
All right, man. Right on. Thank you.
Your race winner, Donald Sadusky, bringing it home here tonight. But now, let's go ahead and move on to our championship contenders, and we're going to kick it off with the driver who brought it home fourth in the championship, but had a very eventful night. That is the 31 of Todd Poston. Todd, how you feeling tonight?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. It was a good race.
Well, that 31 found its share of problems out here tonight, and I believe those problems kept you from winning this championship. But regardless, still a solid race for you, as you were up front at one point and had a good shot at this championship win.
Oh, I had a chance all night until I had a mistake on pit road. I looped it coming out of pit road there, and just old tires trying to get back up to speed too fast.
Well, the Salty Zombies were out here in force for your support here tonight, but fourth place in the championship, can't be too upset about that. This group of drivers all put on a heck of a show here, and it was a difficult one to come from behind on.
Oh yeah, not upset at all. Good race. Like I said, once you can finish fourth with all these guys, it's still a win.
All right, Todd. Well, fourth place in the championship is where you're going to end up in the history books. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Just want to say thanks to all my teammates, 3Y Motorsports, and everyone from Salty Zombies.
All right, that is Todd Poston finishing in 12th place in the race here tonight. And Todd, again, congratulations on fourth in the championship.
Thank you, sir. I also had to congratulate Holloway there for winning two in a row.
All right, Todd Poston throwing out the congrats to Daniel Holloway. But now let's move on to the three of Paul Servant. Paul, you bring it home 7th place here tonight, but you end up 3rd in the championship. Tell us a little bit about your race here tonight.
My comments are a little it was interesting to say the least. I got blocked there on lap 3 or 4 or whatever, blocked 2 lanes, I guess. I went for it anyway. At third, blocking a 3rd lane, I ain't lifting. So what happened. We pulled through, and I just messed up my pit getting in. Came in a little too hot, trying to get as much as I could, and fell back from there, and ended up finishing 3rd in the championship. I'll take it.
Well, you had an excellent season, led the points for a majority of it, multiple wins this season, 3rd place in the championship. I'd say you got a strong case to say you'll be back next season with another championship run.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot here. We'll see how it goes.
All right, Paul, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give for this 3rd place season in the championship?
Shout out to you guys, the league, my team, Candy Shack. Congrats to Dan for bringing it back to back and keeping it in Candy Shack. So, I mean, that was the goal at the beginning of the race here tonight. Trying to just keep the trophy home.
Well, Candy Shack does pick up the championship, but Paul, you bring it home 3rd in the championship as well. So a solid season here. And man, it's been a pleasure watching you wheel that car around these super speedways, and I want to give you a solid congrats here on that 3rd place finish.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Any other shout outs you'd like to give?
Mark Mann, Todd, I think he got clipped by somebody there coming out of pits. That's unfortunate. I mean, it would have been nice to have us all battling there at the end, but stuff happens, and good job everybody for the most part of the season. A few hiccups here and there, but we'll get back at it again as a team next season and try and keep the trophy home.
All right, that is Paul Servant, the driver of the Oreo number 3 machine, bringing it home 3rd in the championship. But now we're going to move on to the man who finished 2nd in our championship battle, 6th place here in tonight's race. That is Mark Mann in the 04 machine. Mark, tell us a little bit about your race out there tonight.
Ooh, it was fun. A little bit of mayhem in the beginning, and I kind of got in that last one, no caution came out, and I just went on the bottom to avoid it, and just unfortunately got out of the draft, and that kind of ended my hopes. But it was a good time out there. Coming up 2nd place again for the millionth time in the chases, yet to win one. Starting to think I'm never gonna, but knocking on the door every season in all these, and maybe someday I'll get one.
Well, Mark, you had multiple wins this season, a solid championship run. Anytime you can pick up those multiple wins, how do you feel your chances are next season?
Well, I look forward to next season over here in NSRA, and hopefully a lot of the same guys return and we get some good turnouts. But I always seem to put it together really well with some of the teams. Candy Shack, I run very well, door to door with them, and Checkered Flag helping me out this season. I appreciate that. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. These are a crapshoot. Flip a coin, and who knows? I'm either there or I'm not. So I think I'm going to have a good season next season. I'm going to win a championship.
All right, man. Well, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give for tonight's race and your season finish here of second?
Well, thanks to NSRA and all the admins over there and the season sponsor, PADD. And thanks to Checkered Flag Motorsports for helping me this season. You know, and Mayor Clark for watching all season. Thanks to Turn 3. And I know I'm forgetting somebody, and it's a bummer, but you know, I'm gonna have to think about this one for a while. It's gonna hurt a little bit, but at least it didn't happen. You know, I wasn't up there in the front pack and something crazy happened. I knew where I stood at the end, so I appreciate Paul helping me there at the end. It's fun running with him. But yeah, look forward to next season. I'm going to try to put something together and try to win a championship. Congratulations, Daniel Holloway, on the repeat.
All right, that is Mark Mann bringing it home here in the championship standings at second place. So now let's move on to our championship winner, the driver of the Candy Shack Motorsports number 21 machine, Daniel Holloway, going back to back here on the NSRA Sunday Select Championships. And Daniel, that trophy case is going to have to get a little bit bigger.
Oh my gosh, yes. Woo, yes. You know, I think I felt more pressure trying to get the second one than it was in the first one. Wow. What a race. What a race. Barely made mistakes as far as that, and I think that's what helped, but yes.
Well, the championship is yours. Not only that, but man, you were pretty much the car to beat out here tonight. You led for 28 laps. That 21 machine was never far from the front of the field. And, you know, we saw some calamity go down in the first part of this race, and you were able to survive through everything to bring it home here with the championship win. Man, tell us what was going through your mind with all of that going on out there.
Man, that especially at the beginning of the race, not sure what happened up front. I think probably a little aggressive blocking early, and then the field got caught up in that big wreck, and I was kind of stuck in the middle in a way, so nowhere to go, and had to use one fast repair. And I think that backup car was a little bit faster than the primary, and once we got settled in, and Paul, Akers, and Dana, also DJ, was with all of us. Once we start getting green flag pit stops and hitting our marks, trying to keep things, you know, smooth, clean, no mistakes. And I think I'm not sure if Todd got hurt in the pits or on the track or anything, and I think that hurt him there. And Paul, same thing too. Just got a little loose in the pits on that one there. I think second to last pit stop, and I think he lost momentum there when he finally got in the pits and we were going. And same with Mark. And other than that, and I just count down the laps and keep it smooth and keep it clean and staying in the pack. And I told Jesse like 10 to go and stuff. I said, I'm just content. I'm just staying in line and pushing. With 5 to go, I made a move and keep up front just in case. And then when they got behind or got passed by me, and I just didn't care about the win. I was thinking championship, being smart. And once Donald and I think it was JD and DJ, once they got on the high side and they started passing, white flag, as soon as that flag came out, cross start finish line, I just kind of backed off just in case if they got in a wreck, and I was safe.
Well, man, the championship is yours. Second one in a row. Gotta feel good, man. And, you know, the next season kicks off, and the old saying goes, you're only as good as your last race. So right now, you're going to have the target on your back heading into next season.
Oh, that's for sure. I know these guys, week in and week out with a lot of these drivers who showed up tonight too that were non-chase. You know, I like to thank those guys, and also other guys too that race with us too. Not every race, but when they're in here, shout out to everybody that comes in this league for NSRA in race. You know, like to thank those guys too. So, man, this championship feels really, really, really good right now, and focus now. I think we're on a break for a few weeks for Sunday night. So, main focus now is the Monday night in that league. So I'm gonna go after that one now.
All right, man. Well, once again, congratulations on the championship win here tonight, and any other shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give for this season long effort.
First and foremost, I'd like to shout out our big sponsor, PADD, for putting up sponsor for this season, and I do believe they're for next season also. Big shout out for them. NSRA guys, this league, awesome league to race in. Foremost, my teammates, Candy Shack, keep it in the team as far as that trophy. Paul Savant, Dana, the noob Osborne, Chris Earnhardt Akers. One heck of a team we have as far as that. I know we have our ups and downs, but when we're all together, we're still up front and still digging. DJ, Steve, Todd for those admins, and shout out to all the fans out there who watch and everything. I know I got some families watching. My mom, Julie, thank you. You know, Aunt Sarah, I know they watch week in, week out, and of course, my new beautiful wife. She hoots and hollers upstairs watching every week, and big shout out to her.
Well, man, it was,
and of course, cannot forget you guys. Turn 3.
It was a big week for you, man. A life-changing event in the marriage, and now here you are in a championship win. So, man, congratulations all around.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kara.
And so that is Daniel Holloway, your championship winner here tonight, getting it done in back-to-back fashion. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Hard to win one of these championships. This man just did 2 in a row. So, guys, from all of us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, thank you so much for joining me here tonight. It has been a pleasure to bring you all 13 races this season, and man, I look forward to being in the booth once again. So until the next time I see you guys, stay safe, have a good time, and thank you oh so much for joining us throughout this 13 race season. And until I see you all again, have a good night.